Happy Friday, everybody. Dan Kuntz filling in for Grant Olson. We were going to show you highlights of the Seattle Kraken Edmonton Oilers game from last night, but what's the point? The Kraken got creamed. They gave up a franchise record 9 goals. 9-4 was the final. Not a good night for Joey Decore. They pulled him in the second period after he gave up 5 goals on just 14 shots. Seattle is back at Climate Pledge Arena tomorrow night. They'll take on the Detroit Red Wings. The puck will drop at 7 o'clock. Just one final from women's college basketball last night. Gonzaga improves to 5-4 on the year. They knocked off Grand Canyon University. Yes, it actually exists. The final there was 62-58. Women's college basketball schedule for the weekend looks something like this. First of all, Eastern will be at South Dakota tomorrow at 11 a.m. No TV there. ESPN Plus will have Gonzaga ladies hosting UC Davis. And then on Sunday, they're both ranked. The number 21 Washington Huskies down in Los Angeles, California, to take on number 16 USC, 5 o'clock on the Big Ten Network. Men's college basketball, no games yesterday. It's all happening today. This is going to be a big one. It's going on right now on ESPN2 at Rupp Arena. It's Gonzaga and Kentucky. Man, I wish I could watch that, but I'll be in East Wenatchee doing basketball. And then tomorrow, Eastern will host Kansas City at 3 p.m. You can watch that on ESPN Plus. The Huskies also in Los Angeles to take on USC. That's on the Big Ten Network Saturday at 4 o'clock. Seattle Seahawks are a 6.5-point favorite to knock off the Falcons on Sunday morning in Atlanta. You can't score half a point in the NFL. You can't score half a point in football, period. Why you bet on the half point, I don't know. But again, Seahawks favored by about a touchdown to beat the Falcons. 10 a.m. kickoff tomorrow, Sunday, I should say, on Fox. And the 49ers finally have a week off. It's week 14 of the NFL schedule, and San Francisco doesn't play this week. Good for them. As you can see, the Rams will be taking on Arizona, who's mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. That game gets going at 1:25. Well, they're off and running. 3 games today, 3 games tomorrow, and by tomorrow night, we will have 6 brand new state football champions. Earlier in the day in the 1B championship, DeSales took on Liberty Christian. Of course, the one everybody's talking about is going on right now. Cashmere and Royal at Husky Stadium. We'll have highlights, of course, once that game is over. In the meantime, don't change the channel. You can watch Cashmere and Royal on the NFHS network. You do have to pay a fee. And then Mount Tahoma will take on O'Day for the 3A championship at Husky Stadium tonight at 7 o'clock. Same times tomorrow, just different divisions. The 2B state championship will be decided beginning at 11 a.m. with Toledo taking on Tri-Cities Prep at for the 2A championship, Tumwater and Archbishop Murphy. That's 3 o'clock. And then the big schools, it is Sumner and Lake Stevens for the 4A championship at 7 o'clock. All of these games, of course, at Husky Stadium. Prep basketball from yesterday. Here's your scoreboard, your winners and your losers. We'll start out with the ladies, because it's ladies first. Brewster knocked off the Panthers by 20. Cascade all over the Manson Lady Trojans. Omak dispatched Liberty Bell. It was Pateris over Okanagan. And Waterville Mansfield beat their rivals in girls basketball, Elmira Cooley Hardline last night, 58-29. Girls basketball tonight, a whole bunch of games to choose from. Of course, we're going to be at Eastmont High School's gymnasium to watch the Wildcats take on the Kamiakin Braves in an odd league contest. We'll have that for you at 5:30. Right before that, Quincy will tip off. They'll take on Omak in Quincy. Moses Lake welcomes Ferris to town at 5:30. 5:45 tip-off for Chelan hosting Ephrata. 6 o'clock in girls basketball. Pateris at Bridgeport, Tenasket at Curlew, Kettle Falls at Oroville, and Soap Lake welcomes Waterville Mansfield. And then Wilson Creek will take on Antioch, all at 6 o'clock tonight. And then tomorrow, here's your schedule. Not quite as busy, but busy enough. Moses Lake Christian will be at Oroville in girls basketball at 2:30. An hour later, Quincy will welcome Lakeside at a 9 Mile Falls. Brewster will host Freeman at 3:30. 4 o'clock tip-off for Cascade at Waterville Mansfield. 4:30, Tenasket and Republic will get going, as will Cleellum at Liberty Bell. Boys basketball, your finals from last night look something like this. The Wenatchee Panthers poured on 80 points to knock off the Brewster Bears in Brewster. Look at the points between Kennewick and Moses Lake. Apparently both teams forgot to bring their defense last night. Manson knocked off Cascade, and boys basketball, Liberty Bell got by Omak by a bunch, and Garden City Academy rolled over Pateris. Boys basketball tonight looks something like this on TV right here at 7 o'clock. The Wildcats and the Kamiakin Braves. Wenatchee welcomes the Blue Devils to town at 7 o'clock, same time for Moses Lake and Ferris out in the Basin. Speaking of the Basin, Quincy will host LaSalle at 7 o'clock in boys basketball. Garden City Academy has Summit Classical in town at 7 o'clock, 7:15. It's a Friday at Shalina boys basketball, 7:30. The later tip-offs is Tenasket at Curlew, Kettle Falls at Oroville, Waterville, Mansfield at Soap Lake, and Wilson Creek at Antioch. We got basketball tonight at 5:30. We will be streaming the Wildcats and the Kamiakin Braves tonight on television at 7 o'clock. So again, for girls basketball tonight, for hoops, it is the girls and streaming at 5:30. That's Eastmont and Kamiakin, followed by the boys on TV and streaming at 7 o'clock tonight. Can't forget about the Wenatchee Wild. They're in Alberta to take on 3 teams from Alberta. They'll be at Lethbridge tonight. They'll be at Medicine Hat tomorrow, and they wrap up the road trip at Calgary. 3 games Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Highlights on Monday. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. Go Bulldogs!